Good morning, and thank you for joining us on THV 11, streaming on THV 11 Plus. I'm Karen Fuller.
I'm Hayden Balgavy. Let's send it back over to meteorologist Tracy Bean, who is joined alongside Ashley King, breaking down another fun day of traffic for us today.
Fun heat, fun traffic. So fun. Yeah.
It hasn't been too bad so far this week. I mean, we've seen a difference in the traffic, with school being back in. The main thing is the heat, though, for sure.
Yeah, we are certainly going to see more of that today, unfortunately, and kiddos heading back to school. We've got several districts like North Little Rock, I believe Pangburn. We've got a few areas. I got my little list.
Yeah, it's another big day.
I'm going to give everybody a shout out, right? So we've got England, Jacksonville, North Pulaski, North Little Rock School District, Pangburn, Southside, Valonia, and Westside. You guys are all going to have a fantastic day. Why? Because we said so. It's going to be good out there. We're starting out with a nice sunrise, and temperatures are in the lower 80s, so it's a bit warm out there for sure, but we are at least seeing a little bit of a wind. I was hoping it wouldn't make a liar out of me. Yeah, 7 miles per hour. You never know. Humidity around 71%. We finally seen that dew point kind of trip over into those 70s. We've been in the upper 60s this morning, so we'll certainly start to feel things a little bit more. As far as those heat alerts go, heat advisory, I'm looking at those areas that are in orange, peach color, that's 105 to 110, and then central, eastern, and northeastern Arkansas, that extreme heat warning, where we're still seeing, again, those heat indexes 110 and above. So today we're starting out with, again, 80 degrees, a lot of upper 70s as well. We've got a few folks that are well into the 80s there. And as far as what we're going to see this afternoon, yesterday we had a high of 102, and today we're going to see that as well. We are going to see lots of these triple digits today and into the weekend and this afternoon. Again, make sure you're drinking that water, keeping an eye on yourself. Of course, we're going to see those feels like temperatures very, very hot. And when it is this hot, it's very difficult for your body to regulate and cool itself off. The atmosphere just isn't out there for you to maybe evaporate that sweat. So it's harder. So make sure you are taking your time, and we'll continue to see these temperatures maybe even around 104 by the weekend. But for now, just go grab the water and check out what's going on with traffic, and we'll talk more about it in a few minutes.
Not a lot to talk about as far as the traffic goes, so we're looking at beautiful sunrises right now, and this is just gorgeous. And the sun coming up here over the Arkansas River, Interstate 430. So a few cars on the road, but just a lot of orange and yellow in the sky. So try not to be distracted by that when you get out on the road this morning. As far as our volume goes, we're not really seeing a lot of it just yet. You can see that with our live traffic map, but we're going to keep an eye on it and give you another check here in a few minutes.
New developments this morning for 19 Kids and Counting TV show couple Joseph and Kendra Duggar in their Arkansas criminal case.
The two have been granted a one-year diversion after facing charges of false imprisonment and endangering the welfare of a minor. The diversion works like a probationary period. For 12 months, the Duggars must follow court and DHS orders, avoid new crimes, and each pay more than $1,800 in fines.
If they complete those requirements, the Arkansas charges will be dismissed. They are due back in court next August. Joseph also faces separate child molestation charges in Florida, where he has pleaded not guilty and is set for a court appearance next month. A new push to get free gun locks into the hands of Arkansans is happening in Little Rock following a child shooting in Pulaski County. The Little Rock Fire and Police Departments, the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office, along with Mayor Frank Scott Jr., are expanding a partnership with Project Child Safe. The program provides free gun locks and safety information, no questions asked. At a press conference Wednesday, the mayor spoke about the safety risks when guns are left unsecured.
It could be our youth. It could even be adults who actually see a gun just laying around and do not know how to utilize it, and then ultimately will kill themselves. And I hate to be that dark, but that's what we're talking about at this point in time. We want to mitigate that risk. We want to save lives. We want to continue to work together.
The push follows a July shooting involving 2 children. Free gun locks are available today from 3:30 to 5:30 at the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office on South Woodrow Street.
A student with the Little Rock School District is recovering this morning after being hit by a vehicle near a bus stop. The student at Watson Elementary went to the hospital to get checked out for a minor foot injury. The district sent out a message to parents at the Southwest Little Rock School with details on the incident yesterday. Principal Christopher Jackson says the student received treatment and is doing well. LRSD is now taking the time to remind parents, students, and drivers to be vigilant. Now that school is back in session, that means encouraging students to arrive at their bus stops early and to stay at least 10 feet back from the road. Students should also stay alert and avoid phones or other distractions. Drivers are asked to slow down, stay alert, and watch for students.
Severe weather is creating new emergencies across parts of the country this morning, from flash flooding in the Midwest to fast-moving wildfires out west.
More than 10 inches of rain hit central Indiana, triggering flash flood emergencies and water rescues. The governor has declared a state of emergency.
Hot and dry conditions are making the bug fire along the California-Nevada border harder to contain. CBS News correspondent Jared Hill takes us there.
Streets in Indiana turned into rivers after a severe storm system known as a derecho pounded the Midwest. Violent winds knocked down trees and flipped cars, while floodwaters left drivers stranded and homes submerged.
My basement is a total loss.
Michelle Wilson rushed home from work to find her yard and basement underwater.
I'm overwhelmed and I'm upset because, no flood insurance here.
Dozens had to be rescued from the water, but multiple people were reportedly killed, including a 4-year-old boy. Authorities are investigating whether the storms had anything to do with a home explosion that killed an elderly woman.
We're smelling gas, and then like 2 or 3 minutes later, it's explosion.
With hundreds of thousands of homes in the dark, drivers waited in line for hours to get gas to fuel their generators.
This is like the only thing open.
Out west, wildfire caused thousands to evacuate as crews fight to bring the bug fire along the California-Nevada border under control.
We are stretched very thin. We have about 100 firefighters per 30,000 acres of these fires. So if you can imagine, that's a lot of country.
Fire officials say the wildfire has spread to more than 70,000 acres. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Arkansas farmers planted less rice this year than at any other time in the last 50 years, and that's raising fears for the state's agricultural economy. Our partners at Arkansas Business report about a dozen grain processing facilities have temporarily closed, but Major Miller says stored rice can meet this year's demand. That means consumers are not expected to face a shortage this year, but another down year in 2027 could put more processing facilities and jobs at risk. Meantime, Northwest Arkansas National Airport could become the first U.S. airport to get a federal TIFIA loan for a terminal expansion. The Arkansas Advocate reporting the low-interest loan could save the airport tens of millions of dollars and help fund 7 new gates. A decision is expected by October, with a construction set to begin this fall if the project does move forward. Now let's talk weather with meteorologist Tracy Bain and a hot week ahead.
Oh, for sure. A hot weekend, and we're going to go ahead and say hot next week too. We are seeing that high pressure just continue to dominate and trapping in again these very hot temperatures. We still got that southerly flow, and that's blocking out any changes really for our forecast for temperature and for the potential for any rain. Today's high right around 102, lots of those triple digits across the state. We do have heat advisories and extreme heat warnings across Arkansas. We're going to see some of those heat index values today right around 110, give or take. So very, very hot outside, and a lot of folks, of course, heading back to school and new routines. And so we're going to look before we lock, right? Continuing just to take that one last look into that back seat with all of the routines changing again. We're all a little distracted, and just muscle memory. If you can get to do that, always a good thing. Make sure again you're just doing that one last look. Temperatures will remain warm, and we're going to see those heat advisories and that extreme heat warning continue into next week.